Other, okay, we have, if you can see, Datuk Khairul Anwar. I hope, wave lah as I introduce you all. Okay. Okay, and then but tak ada clapping lah. So we have Datuk Kai Saleh, who is the Ketua Bahagian Melayu and Nusantara from Astro. Okay.
Hello, khabar semua.
Okay, if you don't know who Astro is, you shouldn't be on this page. Okay. And then we have Datuk Izam Omar, who is the CEO of Primeworks Studios.
Hello.
Yes, and siapa tak tahu, also Primeworks Studios belongs to a bigger company called Media Prima. If you don't know, so you shouldn't be on this page. And you have Gayatri Sulim Pillay here, who is the executive producer of Infinitus Entertainment.
Hi. Hi. Happy Labor Day.
Okay, and I think her video pula, I think, is a bit stuck, Gaya. Kadang-kadang it's our internet punya service. Gaya ni tinggal di mungkin tempat yang jauh.
Can you hear me though? Oh, I'm sorry, like non-stop. So that's why I keep declining the call and we keep calling. So that I think it's messing up my line.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Right now?
Okay, because your video is berhenti sekarang ni. Gaya? Yeah, we see a freeze frame of you. Okay, so now we have already 62 orang watching us at the moment now. So today, hari ni, what we're doing is we're doing kind of like a chit chat. I will take some questions. So kalau semua yang nak berkongsi atau nak bertanya soalan kepada our panel, can definitely do. This is organized by PFM, Persatuan Penerbit Film Malaysia. Kalau you know penerbit, this persatuan ditubuhkan di 1980. Okay. Setakat ni persatuan ni mempunyai 210 member. Member ni maknanya companies, yeah. So companies, not individual. So only companies can join this persatuan. So persatuan ni is one of the most valid, and I think because everybody who runs this persatuan, who runs their companies, who runs a production company, should join this persatuan lah. Okay. And actually you can, as long as you have produced a TV or a film, you can apply to be persatuan. So hari ni, first start, and we have obviously very important, very interesting panel here. We will start with, I think, just a simple, let's talk some war stories, because tiga panel kita hari ni are very, very experienced producers. Dan as we all know, kita penerbit ni cabaran lambat-lambat lah. We have a lot of cabaran. Let's maybe share your individual war stories a little bit, and the producers involved daripada script, kena pitch, and I think for Kai, for and Izam and juga Gayatri, you have been pitched a lot of scripts, a lot of stories. We have pitched to you guys. Yeah, tell us a little bit. And of course, you guys are also involved very, very closely right up to the marketing, which have become more and more important in the last few years when we come to making a film. So maybe we'll start with, anybody wants to hands up to go? Since we're very democratic here. You want to share? Oh,
let the broadcasters tell first.
Oh, broadcast, okay lah. Izam.
Datuk Kai lah, he's the eldest.
Oh yeah. Okay, Kai, you got nominated.
Okay, Ovi. Okay, alright. Assalamualaikum semua. Terima kasih kerana sudi bersama dengan PFM, dan terima kasih kepada PFM kerana menjemput saya untuk sedikit sebanyak berkongsi our experience, our war stories, our aspirations, the challenges that we face sebelum ni, untuk kongsi tentang cerita or rather our process. That's what I want to share. Di Astro kadang-kadang kita orang sering membuat andaian macam Astro nak yang macam ni, Astro ni kalau cerita dia macam ni dia suka and stuff like that. But I think in general di Astro kami ada we have a very strong database and research tentang penonton-penonton yang ada pada Astro dan yang kami kenal melalui saluran-saluran televisyen kami. Dan dengan itu kita dah mendapat sedikit sebanyak informasi tentang apa yang mereka mahukan. Dan pada masa yang sama kita membuat sedikit sebanyak variety dalam projek-projek yang kami pilih. Dalam pada masa yang sama kita mempunyai our in-house development team, content development team, dan kita juga mempunyai ramai penerbit-penerbit ataupun kolaborasi bersama dengan penerbit dari luar. Dan proses itu kita ada beberapa proses lah. So we have to go through a certain pitch process, idea sharing, and then lepas tu kita baru boleh get into the details dan pada akhirnya the choices atau pemilihan tu bergantung pada sama ada cerita itu atau projek itu ada sasaran penonton yang kita rasa kita ada sasaran penontonnya atau tidak, whether we have the right audience or not, whether we have the right number of audience. So kalau let's say kita memerlukan projek itu dengan projek itu memerlukan cost of production yang agak tinggi, so kita memerlukan penonton yang lebih ramai. Jadi itu antara benda yang kita we have to take into consideration. Pada masa yang sama kita juga ada filem-filem atau story cerita-cerita yang ada kalanya terlepas atau terpaksa ditolak kerana mungkin pada tahun itu kita dah memenuhi our budget. So we say, we cannot take this one because kita dah agree dengan projek yang sebelum-sebelum ni. Tapi pada masa yang sama kita simpan juga macam like misalnya Sangka for example, bila Gaya berbincang, we explore and we said, hey, this is a good story but we have committed to something else, dan kita kata okay lah, we have to let it go. And then lepas tu macam hati tak sedap. I think lepas Gaya did the co-production of Infinitus bersama dengan Primeworks, kita rasa let's knock on their doors and say, can we play? kita nak join tak?
Tak nak join.
Nak join. But the point is everything is possible. Kita kena percaya yang projek itu ada tempat dalam penonton Malaysia dan saya rasa penerbit di sana kalau mempunyai projek kena pastikan penontonnya. That's my first take ataupun my first.
Kai, you got to speak a bit louder because I know this one bukan Astro Broadcast Standard punya microphone, so I think you have to speak a bit louder also, yeah,
okay.
Because the some people saying a bit soft on your side, yeah.
Oh, okay, so I have to come closer to the.
Now it's
okay.
boleh. Yeah. Okay, interesting Sangka. We'll come back a bit to Sangka because that is an interesting project. And also for those yang baru join, we've got now 127 people watching. Nanti kita akan also bercakap pasal, okay, of course the whole situation we are facing right now and what's in it. We'll come to that later. Tapi let's go to Izam. I'm sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ina. You guys can hear me, right? Boleh dengar? Okay, so apa khabar semua? Selamat Hari Buruh, selamat Hari Jumaat, dan selamat puasa untuk siapa yang berpuasa tu. Tapi saya memang tak tahu cerita tadi tu. Macam mana Astro masuk dalam Sangka kan? Masa tu Sangka tu saya fikir saya dengan Gaya kan, kita macam okay, kita dua, let's go. Lepas tu Gaya cakap Astro nak masuk lah. Fikir balik kan sebab tak pernah jadi kan. Jadi dia fikir okay lah, tak apalah, because I think it's very important that kita ada kolaborasi, which I think Lina akan touch on later lah. Kalau kolaborasi tak ada tu, susah kita nak kira orang kata carpet bomb satu Malaysia lah, everybody will know. So that's very important. Yeah. So for me, kalau ikutkan dari segi pengalaman saya dalam penerbitan filem ni, selalunya saya nampak ada 4 elemen yang penting. Ini yang paling saya rasa paling ketara lah dalam industri kita. Nombor 1 adalah a good story. Cerita tu bagus ke, okey ke, lain daripada lain ke, atau biasa. And then lepas dapat story tu, production dia okey tak? Kadang-kadang story tu bagus, skrip bagus, tapi production tu bila sampai ke hujung ni macam lain daripada skrip yang kita nampak kan. Jadi yang story tadi tu subjektif, yang production ni okey lah, basic condition kalau kita orang tu ada macam skill macam Gaya kan. To confirm production dia mesti okey je kan.
Thank you.
Okay. Tapi and then after that, okay, script atau story dah bagus, production dah okay. Yang marketing tu kena kuat. Yang tu kalau ada kolaborasi antara beberapa orang ni, okay, kita boleh buat satu marketing yang satu Malaysia dan juga ataupun hopefully keluar daripada Malaysia, that'll be very good. Nombor 4 tu saya rasa mungkin orang jarang cerita. Kita perlukan sebenarnya penaja-penaja ataupun investor-investor, pelabur-pelabur dalam filem-filem Malaysia ni. Sebabnya sekarang ni saya rasa tak cukup. Bila tak cukup, tak banyak benda yang kita boleh buat lah. In fact, good story, good production, strong marketing dengan pelabur semua ni, empat-empat ni sebenarnya tak cukup. Kita sebenarnya perlu lebih lagi. Kalau any war story kan, selalunya macam kalau war story saya, alamak, cerita dia tak dapat cerita yang best. Atau alamak, production dia tak jadi macam apa yang kita ingat. Ataupun alamak, marketing dia tak kuat. Atau yang paling ketara, alamak, tak ada orang nak masuk nak penaja filem ni atau nak jadi pelabur. Jadi because of that, it falls short lah. So that's why I say if we can make the pool bigger for all these four, and then it will help the industry roll out hits after hits lah. Kalau tidak kan sekarang macam kadang-kadang ada hit, kadang-kadang tak ada hit, kadang-kadang hit, kadang-kadang tak ada hit kan. So to make this constant kan, we need these four things to be really, really strong.
Okay, that's interesting. Marketing, cerita, production, investor. Yes, not in that order necessary. Tapi yes, four very important things. Gaya, your war stories. I mean, you know, as an independent producer, okay, lain daripada Kai dan dengan Izam, diorang are linked to a bigger company. There's a penyiaran, you know. You're an independent producer now. Yeah.
So I think obviously we agree with Kai and with Isham, but the interesting part about my war stories, I think in the past when I was with Astro Shaw Tayang Unggul, I was on the receiving end of pitches, right? So orang pitch pada kita, so kita boleh criticize, so easy to criticize, so easy to look at it from a bird's eye point of view and say, oh, cerita dia tadi tak best lah, dia pitch pun macam tak so good, you know, not so clear. We didn't get the picture. Then suddenly, of course, then I became an independent producer. Lepas tu saya yang kena pitch, and then I realized how terrible I am at pitching. So the beginning tu, I think is a very important aspect of apa yang kita cakap pasal war stories, you know, because you can have a very good story, you can have good production punya values, you may have everything in place, tapi kalau you don't know how to pitch your story, you're going to be in trouble. So in the past, I think when I was still with Astro, my war story, which I was going to talk about, my war story was one time kita ada idea yang kita rasa macam best gila. Kai might remember this idea, maybe he won't, but I'm not talking about him. When we pitched it, we were so happy because the committee said, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So lepas tu kita pergi, and then we got the director, we got the writer, we wrote it, we did all kinds of things, we were so excited. Lepas tu we had to re-pitch the committee. And when we re-pitched the committee, somebody in the committee said, like this, exactly like this, huh? I don't feel it anymore. And that's it. That was the end of the story. And I was like, you know, it was 2 months or 3 months of work. And kita macam, what do you mean you don't feel it anymore? So it's, I think, a very big learning process for all of us. It means that kalau we really love the story, we really percaya pada the story, we have to pitch it well. Otherwise, in a second, it's gone. Yeah, so that's my whole story.
Yeah, those things happen. Dia berlaku. Kadang-kadang bila kita duduk, I mean, sebuah cerita yang dipersembahkan about 2 months before, waktu tu kita rasa macam, yeah, we believe in it. But somehow, sometimes, dia memang berlaku di mana the idea ataupun cerita itu, minat itu sendiri, dia slowly fading away. Macam like, I don't feel it anymore. Dan I think film business is all about is a gut feel business. Saya nak bagi contoh Hantu Kak Limah balik rumah. Hantu Kak Limah yang kedua tu. Bila Mamat pick up the phone, cakap dengan Gaya, then Gaya spoke to me. Now that waktu itu Gaya dah independent, then we had lunch and I said, Kai, what do you think? Mamat nak buat Hantu Kak Limah. Without blinking, I said yes. Without having to know budget dan sebagainya. Kerana ada masa-masa tertentu projek-projek yang kita ada feel yang kuat. Hantu Kak Limah kita ada feel yang kuat misalnya. Tapi ada idea yang kita perlu kerjakan dia. We have to work on it. We have to rewrite and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. Adalah banyak projek yang macam tu juga. Tapi pada masa yang sama, ada juga projek yang kita feel kuat, kita approve, jalan tapi tak jadi. So, those are learning curves. Dan apa yang kita lihat hari ini adalah pembelajaran yang kita lalui sepanjang, I think Astro Show dah berapa tahun, Gaya? 15? 16?
From 1996. Astro Show, 1996.
Ya, 1996. So,
tapi before that, Tayangan Unggul dah lama dah.
No. Astro Show was the holding company and Tayangan Unggul was the production house under. So Astro Show started first.
So pembelajaran dari 14 tahun, 15 tahun yang sudah, itu diambil kira. We have that flying hours. I mean, kalau nak bandingkan dengan Primeworks yang dulunya Grand Release, lagi lama pengalaman mereka. So I think the quicker you learn, you pick up those failures, is better for us to move forward.
And because kita hari ni ada, I mean of course Astro dengan Media Prima, which I think most of the producers out there are independent. Selain daripada the two Datuk here, most of us are independent producers. And at one point or the other, most of the producers who are also watching hari ni have pitched to either Astro or something. And also just question, when you all make a decision, it's not your decision, right? Is there a group? How big is the group? How many levels do you go through? I mean, I don't know, maybe Astro has more levels. Can you share since we're on this topic of pitching?
Di Astro kita mempunyai 2 level. Satu the content committee level, dan selepas content committee agree, dia akan bawa ke investment committee. The investment committee where kita akan drill in, kita akan bertanya soal-soal business, soal projection, soal investment, macam how do we intend untuk recover those investments. So those are difficult and tough meetings, but necessary meetings. Dulu saya tak suka meeting tu. Saya rasa macam but I realized, look, you have no choice. Because film is also a film business, not just creative. Kan? Ada elemen business. Kan? Jadi producer film yang lebih condong ke arah kreatif memerlukan seseorang yang boleh articulate dan boleh bercakap tentang hal-hal yang seperti ini.
Itu saya rasa memang agak penting, because the one who pitches the show, masa kat Media Prima, kita ada 2 level jugalah. First we call the green light committee, kita green light. Lepas tu naik ke this business, basically the boss-boss yang sit down and decide whether it's a worthy investment ke tak. In the end, we all need to figure out how to make money, kan. Okay, tapi usually I notice dalam pengalaman saya, siapa kalau pitch tu dia ada passion, dia lebih cenderung pada green light committee tu tertangkap passion tu dalam komiti dan kata, oh ya, walaupun cerita tu tak seberapa kan, dia macam, oh ya, you know. Lepas tu kalau orang dalam komiti pun sendiri dah jadi champion, dia akan cuba influence orang keliling dia semua. Kan? For example, film executive kata, oh, I love this story, I will try to convince my boss, kan? Talking about that, dulu masa one of the first few times I met Gaya, nama dia legendary kan masa tu. Saya pernah dengar dia kan. So first time I got into film. And then Gaya one of the first few times I met, she pitched a movie to us. Nama movie tu Rage. Ingat tak Gaya?
Rage
kan. And then tapi dia macam malu-malu kucing kat dalam bilik tu. Dia kena TV sebelah dia macam lompat-lompat kan. So then I realized it's not we found out the story was quite strong, and then we became, tapi that's when it comes to macam after a few months dia macam our terlupa, tak nampak, kita miss, so we went away from it, and then she came back and she insisted, and she said, you know, we changed the story, we did this, we changed the story, and therefore now it's called Sangka. And then that's when we were like, actually cerita dia jadi lagi best ah. Kenapa dulu kita fikir ini bodoh ke apa? You know what I mean? So it takes the walaupun legendary macam Gaya pun still works at it and says, okay, my pitch wasn't good enough, I have to come back, I've got to give them what they want. So I think that's very important, the tenacity kan, dengan passion, dengan daripada siapa kat luar sana, dia tak boleh give up tau. Orang kata dapat no, you cuba je kalau you really believe in your story lah.
Yang tu, sorry Gaya.
No, I was going to say, sometimes even though all of us are film people and we are very sensitive, tapi sometimes you have to be very thick-skinned.
Yeah, betul.
Yeah. The thick skin is actually standing up in front of like 10 orang. Sometimes 10 orang too, around 5 or 6 of them are not really film people. So they don't really get, like, they're not too interested in your details. Tapi when you stand up there, you're going to feel nervous. Tapi you just have to keep trying. I think that's the point.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine orang gaya, macam gaya pun nervous. Actually, it keep on trying. I totally agree. Izam, I did a movie called Songlap many years ago. I pitched 3 kali kepada masa tu Grand Brilliance lah, Media Prima. First time totally kena reject. Apa ni? Cerita drama, dua orang adik-beradik. Tak best. Second time I pitched sekali lagi, I threw in a car crash and oh, got car crash and I got Sahizi Sam. Oh, okay. And it took me I think I was turned down twice. I think the third time finally I got through, and that also like, yeah, I think what Izam cakap, try again, is very important.
Very good movie. That was a very, very good movie.
Yeah, and it took us, I must say, 2 years before kita dapat green light untuk Songlap. And masa tu pun because sometimes kita ada konsep, tapi konsep tu like tak berapa, you know, we stay in our heads trying to figure out. And it's interesting that Rich dah jadi sangka. And of course everybody knows it's a big hit. Great. And it's also, I think, talking about Sangka kan, it is the first time collaborasi. Is this the first time antara Astro, Media Prima and Infinitus? I mean, the 3
Infinitus, yes, but Astro Show and Primeworks have done Penanggal before.
Yes, correct. They did Penanggal together. Yeah. And in this case, it's interesting because you have, well, thank God you got a very strong producer like Gaia in between, and then straddling Astro and then dengan Media Prima kan? Yeah.
I think the very important part about Sangka was that I think the broadcasters, what we appreciate is that the film had one character in a wheelchair, and not everybody was supportive of that idea. I think outside the broadcasters, I mean, we talk about the story to people, they'll be like, oh, are you sure tak people akan suka tengok movie macam tu and all that. So I think it's a big tell, a good tell from the broadcasters' point of view, Astro Show and PWS, that they backed this movie because actually it's a big drama. You know, it's a drama that had heart, and it had a bit of Islamic religion. It had a little bit of sports action, but it took the 2 broadcasters to come in and help us with the marketing to make sure that it hit the box office that it did. So I think it's a really big, very positive that both PWS and Astro Show decided to back the film.
Would you recommend other producers Gaia untuk buat kolaborasi macam ni? I mean, and maybe what are some of the things to look out for, and then you know, I'll never do it. Tak dapat lagi.
For sure, I recommend it. I just have to Kai and Dr. Isham to decide whether they like it or not. But I think it's really, really helpful because between the 2 broadcasters, we basically team everywhere. You know, every single platform, every single, even out of home, everywhere. We manage a really, really good marketing plan for the film.
And for any learnings from the kind of collaboration, because rasanya because as we go forward in this industry kita kan memang kecil, literally industri kita semua kenal more or less semualah, ramai orang, ada orang veteran, ada juga yang newcomer yang datang dari industri ni. And I think for moving forward, is this the way forward, kolaborasi dengan big studios macam Astro and Primeworks and independent producers? Do you think this is what should be happening?
Myself, okay, I start first. I think, of course, it really helps kalau kita dapat Astro Show and PWS to be one of our partners, or both of them to be our partners. Tapi sekarang ni also in the last year, we've been looking a lot at smaller collaborations with smaller producers. So it's not as if we are looking just at Astro Show and PWS, because how many films can they support a year also? We have to understand they have their budgets also. So now in the last year, we've been looking at having different partners for different films. So for example, our horror recently, the last horror that we made, kita joined dengan Jazzy Pictures, we joined dengan Next Star, for example. So all relatively small chain effects, for example, small amounts of investment, but between 5 of us, we can make a film, and between 5 of us, then we can do a marketing plan. So Astro Show also will be part of that film, for example, PWS hopefully. So small amounts, but each person gets something, you know. So we spread the risk, which is very important nowadays. We spread the risk, but then a lot of people can enjoy the benefits if the film makes money. That's how.
I think it's very important for collaborations untuk continue. I think antara sebab kenapa kita ketuk pintu Primeworks dan juga Infinitus untuk Sangka was kerana waktu tu the momentum was good. So we felt that kita harus kembalikan keyakinan penonton ke panggung. Kita mengalami, I mean we have a very good jump 2018. 2017 we were at local GBO dalam 50 lebih juta pada tahun tu, tapi tahun kemudiannya kita jump to about 170 million macam tu. Dan we need to continue. Kita kena maintain, kita kena cari produk yang kita rasa sesuai untuk penonton yang ada sekarang ni untuk stay coming back kepada ke panggung. Kerana kita once we have kepercayaan tu, dan kita boleh introduce genre-genre yang lain. So kita dah kenal pasti, say for example certain action yang orang suka, horror yang baik orang suka, dan kita nak kenalkan lagi filem-filem yang mungkin penonton lain akan juga suka. So we kind of, I mean kalau kita jumpa satu project atau produk yang baik, we will support. That's the intention. Macam for example when we did Pascal. So when Pascal dah siap, I think waktu tu Multimedia, Adrian Tay, they came to see us and then kita berbincang. And then we saw the film, kita kata, hey, this is an interesting film. Sebuah filem yang Malaysian has never seen before. We have not seen, submarine punya shots dan shots yang agak baru atau orang lama tak pernah nonton scene yang sebegitu.